Gamers, lifters, fellas. Last video was a little bit long, I know, but this is gonna be the comprehensive, optimal chest exercise tier list. I'm not a doctor, I'm not the biggest dude in the world, but I have learned through trial and error which exercises are the best for me, and maybe this can help you on your own individual journey to get a big effing chest, bro. Okay, starting out, the friggin' bench press. The bench press is, of course, overrated, as you can't really converge your hands to the middle and get a full contraction on the chest. However, it's, of course, an industry standard strength exercise. If you can bench a lot, there's a good chance that you have a pretty big chest. For me, and I know a ton of other people, the being locked in place aspect of the bench press causes a little stress on the shoulder. I can never bench press without shoulder pain. I never have done it without experiencing joint pain. So for whatever reason, this one is gonna go into the average tier for me because I can't load it very heavy and I experience joint pain from it. I never feel that I get optimal sets out of this exercise. Next is these, I don't know what it's called. The bar is cambered or something. Basically, so you can get deeper and stretch your chest more on the pressing movement of the bench press. And this is obviously gonna go above average for its extended range of motion. Again, you're kind of locked in that position. So I'll put it above bench press, but not much more. Next is a decline press. I guess I'm gonna put this in very bad because I never do it. It's such a pain to set up. It's awkward and it's not optimal. There's other ways to hit that lower part of your chest. I find cables work a little bit better. You can even lean over on the dips. It's definitely a better movement. Okay, machine pressing. Any machine press, incline press. I really like the decline press. They're called low chest machines. They're really good for contracting at the lower part of your chest. You can really take the set to failure, really isolate the chest and get a good set on. God tier, man. It's safe, you can load it way more. I think I can load nearly twice the amount of weight on the machine press. That gives it a massive edge over everything else. Plus it converges, you get a better chest contraction. It's the better movement overall. Push-up. Push-up is fine if like you have no options. I put it in the very bad category. It's just like not hard enough to stimulate much growth. In most people, maybe for people that are just starting out, people that are really inexperienced, it's a good place to start. But generally, it's not the best. Oh, it's actually a diamond push-up. I feel the same way about it. There's other better movements. Dips. Okay, dips are another thing that I feel a little bit of shoulder pain on. However, the machine variation is quite good, and I'll put this in very good because that is again another movement where you can lean over and bias your lower chest, which is a little bit harder to do on typical chest machines. Dumbbell flies. Dumbbell flies suck, man. I'm sorry. You cannot load this very heavy without it being sketchy. And for me, I'm going to the gym for chest day. I'm not going for whatever muscles is gonna stop me from going like this. I don't care about that stuff. I would rather have a stable movement and isolate my chest more and go to the gym for chest day, not chest day plus all the million stabilization muscles that are gonna fucking help me lift more. I don't care about strength as much as most people, I think. I'm just here to grow my muscles and challenge myself. Pec fly is mid. The machine variation is goated, which is why the machine variation is gonna go in God tier. I think it's really easy to load this heavy. It's stable. You can do really hard sets on this, and you can also do drop sets quite easily, which are great and a good variation method if you're getting sick of the old stuff and you want a crazy pump. Pec deck fly is the way. Dumbbell press. For me, this one is kind of the same explanation as dumbbell flies or free squatting, for example. I don't care so much about the stabilizing muscles that are gonna make me really strong. I go to the gym to grow my muscles and to have fun, to challenge myself. For me, the dumbbell press is not fun. I can't load nearly as much as I could with a normal machine press or even a Smith machine press, something like that. For that reason, it's just gonna go into average for me. If you like dumbbell pressing, go ahead and do it. It's just not my thing. I think this is a pullover. I don't really get this one as a method for chest growth. I know there's a way, I know there's some Athlean X way you can make it a chest exercise, but I find this really awkward and find it really hard to get a chest response from this one, so it goes in the very bad category. Okay, onto these several weird bench pressing things. If you're strength training and you need help with the specific range of motion in the bench press that you're struggling with, these things where you are limiting the range of motion to the part that you want to work on are great, but for our goals here, getting big, getting a good chest, not trying to lift a bunch of weight and impress a bunch of dudes on the timeline, these weird variations are gonna go in F because, dude, like, what is this? Get this out of here. What the hell? Dude, what is this? What is this, a bocce ball? No, yoga ball? So this is an example of the least stable way you could ever do a chest movement. You're basically gonna be shaking like a 95-year-old arthritis patient if your back is attached to a yoga ball. Remember, for optimal movements, we're looking for stability, that we can load it fucking heavy, and that it's fun. Is that fun? Does this look fun to you? Very bad tier. Incline chest press is gonna go above average for me because of the angle at which you're incline pressing is gonna allow you to get a deeper stretch, which we have learned is optimal for muscle growth, as well as pump. This different angle is gonna give you like a more of a shelf on your collarbone and make your upper chest pop out of your shirt a lot here too. As I don't really like the bench press, I usually do my incline stuff on a machine, which I think is what you should go for, but that's the only reason it's not in S is because it's not on a machine, but it's a great movement nonetheless. Okay, these are decline cable flies. If your back is straight from this angle, you will be having the maximum contraction at the lower chest. I love this movement. It's a little bit strange because you're sort of fighting this urge to lean forward, but once you kind of get it down, you can split your feet, make it really stable, and then you can load it nice and heavy and contract that lower chest. And I did these yesterday and it's feeling pretty fucking sore today. I don't know what this is. I've never seen this before. I don't know if I've ever seen anyone do this. This looks like maybe like a medicine ball push-up, which would be close grip push-up, maybe like close to a diamond. Again, less stable, not a lot of opportunity for heavy loading or challenge. Very bad. I don't think I've ever seen anyone do this one either. It looks like he's holding plates and doing what some people call a hex press or a pinch press. Basically, when you take dumbbells and you hold them real tight and contract this way. It works for some people, and of course, the closer grip is gonna emphasize more of the triceps, but I don't see this as really a high industry standard of chest hypertrophy work. I wouldn't work this one in because you'd just be accruing fatigue when you could just be getting a lot better sets, say off a pec fly or a machine press. Jesus Christ. They're not really giving me good options here, I don't think. I guess we'll put this one in average because people that are just starting out, maybe you need to start this before you put nothing on the Smith machine. I understand, makes sense. It's a fair move. But of course, once you graduate from this and you're able to do like 20 push-ups, I would move on to plate loaded things or things you can load weight on. Close grip bench press. So this is a chest exercise tier list, not a tricep exercise tier list. While the chest is auxiliary in this movement, auxiliary, is that the right word? While the chest is while the chest is kind of used in this movement as well, it's mainly loading the triceps. I guess this is a pretty decent tricep exercise. However, I still get the shoulder pain in this one, and I know a lot of other people do. This is a chest tier list, not a tricep tier list. Very bad. Okay, this is a standing military press, also not really a chest exercise. Unrelated, this is a pretty good shoulder front delt exercise. Well, I prefer, of course, the machine variations. It's a good one to use if you are trying to grow your front delts. People tell you not to train your front delts, but you should because it's fun. It contributes to getting that size and that X frame that you're always looking for as a male bodybuilder. Very bad, not a chest exercise. Smith machine pressing is incline, regular, whatever it is. It's gonna go in the very good tier. While it's not my favorite thing to do for my aforementioned shoulder issues, it's a lot better for most people because it's more stable and you can load a lot more weight on while being safe and not needing a spotter. The Smith machine gets too much hate from bodybuilding and powerlifting elitists. For a lot of people with mobility issues, this is gonna be the way to go for them. I think you should incorporate the Smith machine if you have never done it before, and just see how many more reps you can do with the same amount of weight as you would bench press. Okay, this is a seated cable fly, but you can also load these in a way that they kind of become a cable bench press. You don't need to do the swinging hug motion that normally is done for pec flies. You can actually just push regularly as if you were bench pressing, and you can also converge and contract in the middle. This is also really stable because you're seated, and you can change the angle to bias the lower part of the chest by bending forward and not moving your shoulder past the rolled over portion of the movement. And you can really get multiple uses out of this one. And it's stable, it's good, it's got all the good stuff. Therefore, it is getting the God tier. Finally, a staple in most people's chest workouts, the incline cable fly. Cable crossover would go into this one as well. This is a great exercise. You split your feet the way that this girl is in this photo. It's very stable. I would recommend, if you're not doing this already, if your front toe is lifting up off the ground at all during this movement, I would suggest leaning forward and bearing down hard on your front foot, as this is gonna be more stable and help you isolate your chest a little more. This is a great exercise. It gets that stretch. You can converge in the middle. And as I've told you before, the cables are a consistent resistance curve the whole way through. So it's a little bit of a different vector to go on when trying to grow your chest. God tier. So the most important thing to take away from this tier list, if you're mad at me, I'm sorry, but the reality is the best exercises for me and for most people in general are the ones that are stable, the ones that you can load a lot, and the ones where you get a optimal contraction on the muscle you're trying to work, while not involving too many other random muscles that you don't really care to work. Anyways, that's pretty much the video. Hopefully this more concise version is enjoyable for you guys. If you like this video, leave a like, maybe hit that subscribe button, leave a comment and tell me what you want me to do next. I'm kind of into these tier lists. I'm totally down to do this for all muscle groups. I think it would be fun. Just let me know in the comments. See you guys next time. Peace. Riding like a soldier.